What's up, everybody? Listen, the on-air button is on, so you already know what that means. That means the Not Very Mature podcast is in full effect. Listen, welcome to the show. I want to take a quick second because I'm sure you're probably looking and being like, Not Very Mature podcast, first, doesn't look like this. Second, where is CHISA Fierce? Well, listen, CHISA Fierce is she is under the weather. She had to go to the hospital for some stuff, and she is not feeling well. So I want to personally send her my love, send her my best wishes, tell her to get better, get well, and to get back into this podcast. Because what do I look like doing this by myself, girl? But no, shout out to CHISA Fierce, man. She is at home just recovering. So y'all send her y'all love. Y'all send her some, drop in the comments some get well CHISA Fierce, man. Let her know that y'all love her on this boy. So many people have come and told me just about how much they love our chemistry, how much they love just the way that, you know, we work together. And to me, that just shows that she was just, you know what I'm saying, the right fit. It was just good to have her be a part of this journey in this podcast in space. So drop some get well hearts and stuff in the chat and all that for CHISA Fierce, man. But listen, if you listening to the podcast right now, then that must mean you are on one of the platforms, whether that's Apple Music, whether that's Spotify, whether that's iHeart, whether that's Deezer, whether that's TuneIn Alexa, whether that's something. You must be listening to us through the Maturity Production Network, and I appreciate you guys for doing that as well. Also, shout out to our sponsors, man. Yaktown, don't back down. How many times do I gotta say the episode? Again, maybe? I won't do it again. But listen, shout out to my homeboy Sean P over at 18 East Lawrence, Pontiac, Michigan. You guys go check him out. Go get a sweatshirt. Go get you a t-shirt. Go get you a hoodie. Go, because the fall go be here before you know it. The summer wrapping up. So get your fall gear ready. Okay, I'm saying, get some sweats. Get you something. And tell them that your boy Mature sent you, man. Also, if you want to, you can go ahead and order online at yaktown.backdown.com using the promo code Mature. And then get yourself a little discount on your boy. Okay? Now, let's also shout out to my homeboys over in Pontiac, my boys, my homies, my family, man, the Overdope Production family, as they are gearing up to do a whole bunch of new stuff, as they're rebranding, doing new things, getting new podcasts or new music or new stuff together. Shout out to them fellas. Y'all go support them as well. Overdope Productions, from YouTube to anywhere else that you listen to podcasts as well. They got their stuff up. You listen to that. Also, guys, this is huge. This is huge because we are now offering the ability for you guys to support this pod. Listen, this takes a lot. It takes resources. It takes money. It takes all type of stuff to put on a production. And so, guys, listen, we are now in a space where we can say, hey, if you want to support the podcast, you can by clicking the link in the bio that takes you to our supporters page, where for only $3, as low as $3. That three, uno, dos, tres. For only $3, you guys can support the pod monthly. It is super great to know that we can have something where you guys can help us as much as we help you get through your day. We help you get them laughs that you want. We help you enjoy and keep up on today's news, Lord have mercy. And we also enjoy giving you guys conversation pieces to talk about afterwards. So listen, if you are enjoying this pod, if you are loving everything that we're doing, then I would love to see you guys be able to support us back for as low as $3 a month on our supporters page, which is in the bio below.
I know that's right.
Now, let's get into this show. Let's get into the show. Okay? I've been looking rough the last few episodes. Your boy got the clean cut. Your boy got the bow bow. You know what I'm saying? I was about to say, you know, when you rolling, you kind of just, You free. I was about to say I got the hack through it, but I don't have the hack through it. I don't got the hack through it. I know that's right. I ain't got no hack through it. Listen, that been the end of me on podcasting if I would have been like, I got the hack through it. Oh shoot. But listen, we about to get into some quick news. Quick news. I gotta get that. So listen, P. Diddy, we didn't have some P. Diddy quick news, and then I think the last maybe episode or two, I'm thinking two maybe, we ain't had nothing to say about him. But just, let me tell you, the man,
this motherfucker don't miss.
He don't miss. Diddy know how to get back in the news. So listen, Diddy just recently lost his Miami Sean Combs P. Diddy Day that he had. The city of Miami, the state of Florida granted him a day. You know, everybody, Martin Luther King Day, just George Washington Day, the 4th of July, Independence Day. He had a day, P. Diddy Day. Now, every day was probably P. Diddy Day, but this was this was P. Diddy Day in Miami. It was October 13th. They gave it to him back in 2016. And so roughly almost just about, you know what I'm saying, a decade ago. And he recently also just gave back the key to the city of New York, because the New York gave him the key to the city. He already had keys to the city. He had keys to every city and everybody. He had all the keys. Listen, key master, okay? So they definitely was like, hey, give us that back, okay? We want that key back. You can't have the key to nothing. You, not even your own house. The feds got the key to that. Listen, Diddy was in serious trouble. And so with all the allegations, with everything going on, Diddy has now lost his P. Diddy Day. This is on top of him already losing the honorary degree from Howard. This is already the house is being raided. This is already the TMZ Netflix, the TMZ documentary on top of the 50 Cent Netflix documentary. I'm like, Diddy, sheesh, this man getting hit from all sides. Okay, so pause. Pause.
I know that's right.
I just had a moment where I was like, whoa, pause. But so Diddy I gotta recover. My bad, y'all. That's hilarious. So Diddy is definitely seeming like he's having more and more problems. My mind is stuck on the pause. Okay, so Diddy is having super serious issues with this, and I think what we are witnessing is this is why I'm double-minded when it comes to the internet, social media, and like the cancel culture, because on one side you have like let's take a Jonathan Majors, right, who I think unfairly was criticized and judged by the mass media and the internet. I think people just took him being angry at his girlfriend and, you know, whatever the case is, you know, I think they took that and made it so much bigger than that moment where you see him running and, you know, I was trying to shove her into the car. Like, people took that and just ran with it, made it so much bigger than it was. And I think that it really messed up the trajectory of his career. I think now recently I just saw that he is getting a chance to get ready to get into a new movie, but I mean, come on, the man had Marvel money on the table. You know what I'm saying? That was taken from him. So, but at the same time, I do appreciate what it does in this sense with like a Diddy, because they stand on his head. Like, it's everywhere. You can't escape it. And so because of that, yes, the punishment for Diddy must continue, right? So I appreciate the cancel culture, the internet, for how strong they can be when it's for the right people and when it's done right. When the homework is being laid before us, I think that's when it's done right. And so I think Diddy going through all of this because of social media, how things have spread it so fast and the public's opinion about everything, I appreciate where cancel culture takes this step, but not the step where we don't know all the facts about, or we take certain people and we just run them through the same ringer just to kind of come back at it months later and be like, oh, well, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not, because the damage is already done. You know what I'm saying? And one thing with the internet and the way it causes damage, it's hard to take it back. It's so hard to take that internet shame back and damage back, because once it's spread, everybody has their opinion. Everybody has said their opinion. All the videos and YouTube videos have been made. It's hard to then rewrite that narrative. It takes so much more work to rewrite the narrative than to, even when you are, you know what I'm saying, acquitted, or even if you are proven innocent, it's still out there, all the stuff that you was guilty or seemed guilty for. Moving on in quick news, Sexy Red in the house of Chief Kief, telling his girl, baby mama, Kayla B, that they now sharing him. And listen, we gonna get into some more Sexy Red when we get into the Curb Your Stupidity. But listen, Sexy Red, Chief Kief, what's up? Why? I'm not going to get so deep into this, because I know there's some people who I've had this conversation with and they thought I was crazy. But I'm just gonna say this. When I think about the sex appeal and the level of attraction that Sexy Red gives me, I automatically go to cause it ain't there. Listen, people be Sexy Red fire, Sexy Red bad, Sexy Red she ratchet beautiful. Listen.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you,
We don't care. Jerry.
We don't care, because I have not yet seen Sexy Red in not one picture, video, anything that's made me think opposite of Listen, so Chief Kief, I'm trying to understand, my man, what is it that you saw? Well, I know what you saw, because she at your crib, so I know what you saw. What is it? All that? I don't know. I just think this is interesting, and it's very interesting that his Sexy Red and Kayla B, they going back and forth. I got your man, and we sharing them. I'm at his house. You at this other man's house. Listen, this is more interesting than what's that one show? The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. Cancel that and give us the Sexy Red Chief Kief, or actually just the Sexy Red show. Just give us the Sexy Red show, and I'm sure it's gonna be more entertaining than what any Bachelor or Bachelorette is doing. Matter of fact, I just thought about it. That's a terrible idea. Do you know what would happen to the world if we had a Sexy Red show? Oh my God. That would be the biggest Curb Your Stupidity of the century. A Sexy Red show, like a vlog show of Sexy Red, just following her everywhere. She's just getting into stuff. A Dave Chappelle skit show featuring Sexy Red, where it's just like she do. Oh my! It would be. She would go so much more viral than she already is, and I can't stand the fact that she already viral. Listen, let's not waste no time, because this is go roll right into what I want to talk about today with Curb Your Stupidity. Curb Your Stupidity BET Awards, because every year it feels like we have the question, is this the worst? And I know we haven't really asked, is this the best, in quite some time, but we always ask, is this the worst? And I'm under the impression this was the worst. I'm sorry. I know that's right. This was the This had to be the worst. And like the last, even if you don't want to say all time, this had to be the worst in the last 5 years. This had to be the worst in the last 10 years. I don't care. Compare, give me any statistic. This is the worst of. Because not only was some of these performances complete trash, not only was some of the category and winning was trash, I gotta be honest, and we talked about this. Me, CHISA Fierce, we talked about Usher winning the Lifetime Achievement Award, and just how that affected him, seeing how much and how close he was tied to Diddy, right? But I gotta admit, this Usher speech was ass. Like, I was completely not sold. Like, it felt like Usher wanted to do two things at the same time, which I'm going to be honest, when Usher talks either way, it's hard to be like, oh, okay, right. Usher wanted to come off, it reminded me a lot of the Will Smith speech when he slapped Chris Rock, which we'll get into later, but it felt more like Usher wanted to sound humble but also talk his shit at the same time, and I don't think that worked out that well. I don't think it did. I think when he tried to make it sound like, oh, these are the men in my life who've helped me, knowing that Diddy ain't up there. And it's kind of like, instead of just addressing that, right? Because I think you could have addressed that. I think anybody who sits there and sees a bunch of people up there and Usher's thanking them for being the men in his life that helped him get to where he are, and you don't have Diddy up there, people will go notice Diddy ain't up there, because, bro, you can't deny that Diddy brought you into the business. You're not Usher without Diddy. Like, you might have the talent, but you're not the star without Diddy. So we get that he not up there for a reason, but address that. Address how these are real men where that's not a real man, right? Address that and make it plain. He kind of tiptoed and beat around the bush on it. Then, he talked about being a father. He talked about just trying to make things right with his baby moms and stuff like that, which is, it all sounded genuine, or it all sounded, that sounded like from a place of his humility. But then he like, let me take the glasses off, because I gotta be real. I gotta say what I gotta say. I don't mean to cuss y'all, but I just gotta say what I gotta say. And it's like, bro, just say that. Just say the shit. Just talk it. I get you want to talk your shit, Usher, but it's like, bro, come on. Like, who has disrespected you over the years, over the decades, Usher? Nobody has, outside of the Diddy allegations, which have come up, and of course people have tried to, tied Usher to that. Outside of that, bro, who's giving you any reason to feel disrespected over the last 20 years? Like, for you to feel like, oh no, now I need to talk my shit. I need to let them know. Let me remind them who I is. Like, bro, it was just like, it felt forced. It felt like the Will Smith speech where you go up there and slap a man, you go up there and act a fool in front of everybody, and then you get up and try to be like, I'm just a protector. I'm like, Serena and her sister, their father was a protector. And it's like, bro, come on. You can't be humble and talk your shit at the same time. So I just thought that the speech was half empty, half full, honestly. Now, when we get into the Usher tribute, oh my God, the disrespect that they get. Not one male performer except Childish Gambino. That's it. No Brown, no nothing, no males to do his song. All these females doing his music. And then, might I add, not that great. I'm sorry. I don't care how y'all feel. Listen,
I'm here to tell you right now, We don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Jerry.
We don't care. You cannot sell me on those performances. They weren't Sierra. No, like what is going on? Like these are people who clearly could have did his stuff justice. You give it to we got Keke Palmer up there. We got what's baby girl name that did the Kendrick Lamar? Taraji P doing Kendrick Lamar. He just got up there and did the entire Cali wham bam shablam. Just tore up the whole West. And we can't get him to come to BET and do it again? Like, what? I didn't see Drake there. So, I mean, or maybe if Drake was there, that's if Drake was there, that's probably why he ain't come. But I don't think Drake was there, so he should have came. I mean, these performances were like, again, half empty, half full, right? You can look at it and say, oh, man, that was cool. Keke Palmer did her thing. But no. You know what I'm saying? You can be, oh, man, Taraji P, she had the hoodie on just like Kendrick, and she was, yeah, but no. Like, it just wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even like Coco did her thing. Coco did her thing. Now, listen, Coco did her thing. But I felt like, again, there was just more on the buffoonery, more on the ass shaking, more on Sexy Red throwing money in a crowd full of rich people. Like, why are you doing this? Ice Spice twerking, Megan twerking, everybody twerking. The only person I will sit there and Megan Thee Stallion is always, I think she's gotten so much better as an artist, so much better as a performer. She's so much more well-rounded. I think Glorilla had a great performance because if you remember her performances in the past, very timid, very kind of shy, very awkward, not really, into the dance. Like, it was a struggle there. She's gotten 10 times better with her performance this year. So I think there were some highlights. But as an overall product, bro, BET, boo, tomato. As one of my friends would say, tomatoes. What are we talking about? Now, speaking of that as well, we go get into your boy, Will Smith. My man's Will Smith. We go get into that because he just released a new single. He performed it at the BET Awards with Kurt Franklin and the Friday morning group. There's somebody gonna cuss me out like, that is not what they call. But he did a performance, and we're gonna talk about that and talk about how that translates into where Will is now versus where we saw him at the Oscars. And we're gonna talk about how much what that means when it comes to the Fact of Life segment. But first, we're gonna get into some music. We're gonna get into some stuff here. And for those who are watching, obviously, on the video version, we're gonna get into some trailers. I hope you guys are enjoying the trailer for House of T. Enjoying the trailers for like Die for This season 2. I want you guys to go check out my other work, which are my movies, my music, stuff like that. So hope you guys enjoy that. But we're gonna get into that, and then we're gonna get back to this show right after this.
The train? I said I love you.
My ex was that way. Shit, worse actually.
She ain't never mentioned she had a brother.
Of course you did.
And I had to do whatever it took to leave him.
Force in my hand, Alex.
Fuck! My fucking career, bro.
Smoke his ass.
Yes. Always trust the shooter, baby.
He wasn't worried about who fights the new thing.
This shit wild, man.
You distracted?
Now we dumping bodies. We about to be on tour, man.
Chris, I used to be a thief. I used to rob high-priced items with a group that included my ex.
Cenant! I think we need to renegotiate the terms of our agreement. Bitch, I swear, bitch ass nigga, fucking nigga.
You're a murderer, a thief, a killer,
And most importantly, my fucking wife.
All right, guys, we are back. And so let's get into our Facts of Life segment. So Our Facts of Life segment has to do with Will Smith. At the BET Awards, he performed a new single, which I gotta be honest. So before we get into it, I want to give a little history about me and Will Smith. I grew up a huge Will Smith fan, like not just the movies, but I was into his music before his movies, right? So his movies were kind of, well, I take it back. I was into his movies, and then that led to me being into his music, right? So I saw Men in Black. I saw Wild Wild West, Men in Black 2, Fresh Prince, right? All that stuff. And it led me to getting my first Will Smith album, which was Willennium, which was around the 2000s, right? Obviously, Y2K, the new millennium. Willennium was his album. And I remember I played that album like to death, right? Because it had I believe it had Men in Black on there. I think it did. And I was a huge fan of that album, which then led me to getting his next album, Born to Reign, which then led me to get in the next album, Lost and Found, which then led me to go back into his catalog and get Big Willie Style, which came before Willennium, which then led me to even a deeper rabbit hole of Will Smith stuff, which was Parents Don't Understand, Code Red, you know what I'm saying, him and Jazzy Jeff, Nightmare on Elm Street, all that type of stuff. I Fought Mike Tyson, all that stuff. So I've been a huge Will Smith fan for years, decades. You know what I'm saying? Most of my life, I've been a huge fan of his music. I've been a huge fan of his stuff. And a lot of people are fans of like Fresh Prince, his movies. There are not a lot of people I come across that are fans of his music. Like, I'm talking about really know his music. There are people who will say like, oh no, Will Smith's music was dope. You know, he was the first rapper to win a Grammy and stuff. Like, they know the history. Like, they know stuff, facts or whatever, but they don't like be knowing his music. Like, you could play it and people be like, I've never heard this before. It's like, yeah, real Will Smith fans listen to like all his music, all his stuff. And I get it. Like, Will Smith has had the same style of music, sorta, for most of his career. So while people was in the 50 Cent, while people was in the Jay-Z and a lot of the streets and the hood music, and while that stuff became more glorified, like Will Smith's just everyday feel-good music was not what people wanted to hear. You know, they called it corny. They called it campy. He didn't cuss. He didn't talk about guns. He didn't talk about the streets. He didn't talk about violence. He just made music about barbecues, and he made, you know what I'm saying, about having backyard parties and block parties, and he talked about romancing women, and he talked about being fly and stuff like that. And then people was just like, boring. You know what I'm saying? And I get the music culture, but Will has always had that pen. If anybody has ever listened to his stuff carefully, like you would be like, this man got pen. Like, he really creative. So Will Smith has been off the music scene for quite some time, for a while. His last album was Lost and Found, which was a while ago. And, you know, Will has always talked about making more music. Will has always talked about it in interviews and how much he loved music. It's his first love and stuff like that. And, you know, he did some freestyles. You know, he did some freestyles. And then, of course, when Joyner Lucas did the Will song, he did the remix to it, which was kind of like the first, this is a for real Will, real actually, you know, dropping a song type of thing, because the freestyles have always kind of been like, oh, Will just did this, you know, he spit a little something on somebody on their, you know, radio show, or maybe on a you know, talk show or something like that. And, you know, he did some parties where you see him rapping his old stuff, but you know, he did tours with his son, obviously, where, you know, he did the remix for Icon and stuff like that. So Will has kind of like dabbled. He's put one foot into the water over the years. But for fans of his, like myself, we wanted both feet, right? We wanted to like give us an album, you know what I'm saying? So I know that's right. We've been waiting for it. So, but this kind of felt like at the BET Awards, this single that he just put out, called "You Can Make It." He performed it. I thought the performance was mild. Again, half full, half empty. I mean, I've seen Will's videos are more extravagant than what he did. You get what I'm saying? But the song didn't call for it. So I get it. The song didn't call for him to be a whole dance orchestra going crazy. And I thought it just the stage felt a little small. He didn't really move off that stone for a minute. I mean, then he finally came down, but it felt like in his face, when I looked in his eyes, when I looked in his face and I saw him doing the song, I felt two things. One, I felt good. I felt good and bad for him, because I felt like this is good that Will is tapping into some spirituality, which kind of has also been on the fence with Will Smith, right? People don't really know what he believe, if he believe, is he, what's the Tom Cruise people, the I can't think of their name, but you know what I'm saying, like all that. People have been unsure about Will Smith's like belief in anything, so it felt good to kind of hear him tap into a little bit of spirituality and faith. Two, I felt bad for him because I could also see in his face where he was hoping that people believed this. You get what I'm saying? Like, almost as if he's doing this song and this whole kind of redemption arc for publicity, right? Like, it's a part of his image too. I must now redeem myself, so let me make people feel like, oh, look at me, I'm getting myself together, y'all. Y'all forgive me. And granted, it is ironic he drops this song right as one, Bad Boys 4 has went through the roof with sales, and that he's got another movie lined up. So it's kind of like, y'all keep supporting me, man, because I'm just, I'm working through it, right? And so it felt a little PR-ish in his face sometimes, where you could just see like he's trying to read the crowd to see like if they believe him or not, or if they rocking with him or not. But then two, but also it felt good to kind of be like, one, we got a Will Smith song. Two, it's a gospel song, I guess, so that's dope. And then three, I could also see that there was a lot of humility in his face as well, where you could see like he had learned something throughout this whole process. And I think that's where the Facts of Life segment about, can we change as people? You know what I'm saying? Can we change? And sometimes when we change, are we able to change the minds of other people that we've changed? You get what I'm saying? I think in my life, I have not always been the best person. I've not always made the best decisions. I've not always done the right things. And so I know that at the same time with that, I have lost a lot of people, pushed people away, all type of stuff like that. And as you live and grow, because we're living and growing at the same time, all of us, we are. Some of us, we look. Some of us. I know that's right. Some of us, we are. But I think that I know for a fact that with myself and my life, I've changed over time, just months. So, like, people think sometimes it takes years for somebody to change. Yes, sometimes it does, and depending on how hard they're required to change, yes, it can take a lot of time before most situations, for most aha moments, I mean, it can happen in months, it can happen in days, it can happen in hours, right? Because sometimes you can do something and then come to and be like, oh, what did I do? How did I do that? Oh my God, right? And I look at Will's situation and I was upset. I was upset with Will. I was not rocking with the slap. At every turn, I talked about how I didn't like the slap, right? So, but I understood too that this is a man who has his own set of troubles nobody understands, right? Like, and it goes into men's health a little bit because, you know, when Tyrese was on the internet crying, people laughed at him. Will's wife was having an entire relationship with a younger dude because he did not fulfill her personally. Not even just like sexually. Personally, he was not enough for her. And then they had to talk about that for PR. And Will's face was toe up on there. And we laughed. People have heard him get compared to Tupac and all this other stuff with Jada Pinkins and her daughter writing a letter. And we laughed. Right? Like, we have not also been kind to Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? So, I think with all his stuff going on in his life personally, right? All the stuff that he's had. And then he has this moment where he snaps. He snaps. He does. And if you read his book, which I have, if you read his book, there's so much about him you learn that when you saw the slap, you was like, oh, I saw that coming. I was just recently listening to a song of his where he was talking about like how, I think it was on his Lost and Found album, where he talked about how like people don't listen to nothing but Summertime from him, and how people don't, you know, he wished he would have came up with Lean Back. He wished he would have came up with songs that were popular at that time when that album was out. That songs that other people was making that he was like, man, I wish I would have made that. You know what I'm saying? He talked about how people feel like he wasn't black enough and how, you know, if he robbed a bank, would he be black enough? If he had guns on stage, would he be black enough? You know, if he even talked about putting his boot up somebody's ass on TV. And then he was like, would I be black enough? You know, and it's crazy because he didn't put his boot up his ass, but he did slap him. So when I saw that, I was like, that foreshadowed pretty much. Because Will had always been saying, y'all think I'm a joke, basically. Y'all think I'm just a laughing stock because I'm not up here being gangster. I ain't got fresh with nobody. I ain't talking about. Oh, y'all think I'm just a joke. Y'all think this is games. Y'all think I'm not black enough because I don't sit here and subject myself to being the male version of Sexy Red. Oh, okay. And so when I heard that song recently, I was like, dang, that's crazy. He foreshadowed that like perfectly. So I look at it and I say, man, this dude has really, you know what I'm saying, been through some stuff. And so now that he's on stage, he's doing this song where he's talking about redemption. He's talking about how when the devil closes a door, God opens a window. He's talking about how, you know, people may doubt you or people may want to see you fall or fail, and you got to come up. You got to rise above that. You got to stand tall through that. And I get all of that stuff. And I thought, again, this is great. This is super dope. I love this for Will. I love that he is finding himself even in a spiritual manner, because what one thing people don't recognize too sometimes is the longer you are around that type of energy, oh buddy, it'll hop on you. You feel me? So Will being in them studios with that choir, with around all that spiritual energy, like, oh yeah, it's gonna do something to you. You feel me? And he got to do this song a lot to promote it. So, oh yeah, the more you gotta hear and listen to, oh yeah, it's gonna get to you. Oh yeah, Will. You shall feel it. The spirit is upon you. Oh yeah. So, I just think that that's super dope for him. But I also, I really hope, because Will is a great actor, okay?
This motherfucker don't miss.
He don't miss. He don't miss. He know how to put it on. I saw the man slap a man on TV and then give an award speech, okay? I know that's right! So I am concerned, like, 5-10% that this man just is marketing his way through with the single for the church, and that he don't feel nothing. So listen, that is going to have to be waited upon to see. But shout out to Will Smith, shout out to his new single, You Can Make It. I thought it was dope when I first heard it. Not his best flow, but it's a slow song. It's a slow church song. Not expecting him to go bananas on it, but I've heard better flows from Will, but definitely overall a solid song. So, my people, it is the Not Very Mature podcast with your boy Mature the Servant. My co-host is not here with me. She is sick. She not feeling well. She not here. And I did not want you guys to miss out on a week of the podcast because y'all been rocking with us. Y'all been loving it. And I felt terrible that she has been down. She's under the weather. She's not feeling good. CHISA Fierce, we love you. We miss you, girl. Come on back to the show. I don't know what I'm doing by myself. I definitely have appreciated her presence on this podcast. She is super dope, man. Her energy, her aura, was she just the way you the best, okay? So y'all drop some comments. Let her know that y'all miss her. Drop some get wells. Drop some hearts with the little bandage on it or whatever, and let her know that she did. We need her to come back. Cause I need her to come back. Okay. I know that's right. So we go get into a little bit more music, and then we go shift into our last segment, the Boosie Come On segment. We got something to talk. Listen, come on, Boosie, because I need to say something about some internet stuff, and we go talk about it after we get done with this music. It is your boy Mature the Servant, the Not Very Mature podcast on all streaming platforms under the Maturity Production Network. We're about to get into some music, and then I'll catch you guys on the flip side right after. Welcome back to the Not Very Mature podcast. It is your boy Mature the Servant. My co-host CHISA Fierce is out of the office today, but she will be back to the Mature Mansion where we will get back to our pod that you guys love so much. But it is time for our third segment. It is time for the go home segment. It is time for the infamous, miraculous, and spectacular Boosie Come On segment. Let's get to it.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Come on, Cenant, man. Listen. I don't understand. This Cenant is obviously, for those who don't know, a YouTuber, a YouTube streamer, has one of the biggest right now, has done some, amazing type of things, streams wise. Recently, the biggest thing he had done is had a 9-hour stream with Kevin Hart and Drewski, which went viral, millions of views, went crazy, broke numbers, all type of stuff. And then he turned around He does this video where it is believed to be his house, right? He has the same sort of makeshift room, you know what I'm saying, that he does his videos in. And his room, allegedly, is filled with fireworks to the point you would have thought he robbed a fire truck. A fire truck. That he robbed a truck full of fireworks. Thank you. Or the warehouse. Either one. I mean, he robbed something with fireworks because there's no single person that would have them himself. Like, his background is filled with the biggest, the smallest, the mediumest, the every firework you could think of is in this man. TNT, whatever you remember in the cartoons where it just said TNT, the dynamite. Listen, all the fireworks, and the clip is him and another guy named Davis. They're going at it. They're fighting, tussling. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Davis is holding, I think, a firework himself in his hand that he's trying to light inside the house. And so Kai is wrestling with him like, man, stop. What are you doing? Not in my house, bro. Stop. They're going back and forth. They're arguing. He pushing him. He like, man, get up off me. And he trying to light it. He like, man, stop. And then Davis ends up lighting this firework and dropping it on the other fireworks. And boy, when I say you see them fireworks start, first you see the one fall kind of like into the midst of the fireworks. But when you start to see the other ones light up, and you start hearing, oh my God. I said, this man's house is done. And that's what the caption was saying, was like, Kai's house is on fire from fireworks. And I'm like, oh my God, because he doesn't just live by himself. He lives with a group of YouTubers who they all are millionaires, I would believe at this point. And they all stream and they all do stuff out the same location, out the same house. Pretty genius. Not sure how, like a wife and kids situation would work if you have that. But they all young anyway. They all in their 20s. So they don't care. Listen.
I'm here to tell you right now.
They don't care.
We don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Jerry.
So you see all the fireworks go off, and I'm just like, bro, come on. Like, two things. One, Kyle, why you just didn't foul my mans? Like, I'm talking about straight jam. Bop, bop, bop. Rocky. Remember at the end of Rocky when him and Apollo both was like, bing, and they froze? Like, bro, throw a haymaker at this dude. What are you talking about? Two, in my mind, I'm like, bro, why would you have this many fireworks in your house if you're not about to set them off? Like, they are perfectly stacked in this man's house. Who about to take all these outside to light them up? So if that's the case, well, you just got a backdrop full of fireworks for no reason? The hazard this is? The safety hazard that this could be? You just got him sitting there for decoration? So you could do a video with some... Granted, this is Kai, so this is not the worst thing that he's done in his house. There was a series where he was in prison, and I was like, what jail let him do this? And they was like, he did this at his house. He built a jail at his house? Okay. Cool. So this ain't the most wildest thing he's done. But fireworks, I mean, it's a little... I'm not sure what his intentions was, but I will say it's not smart. I would not keep 1,000 fireworks of all sizes, TNT, not the channel, TNT, the bomb. Wouldn't keep that in my house, right? So either way, the fireworks go off. The live stream is still going. So you go from being able to see the whole room to all you see is smoke and colors from the fireworks because they going off. And it's just all you see is smoke and fire. That's it. And in different colors. Because the fireworks are still doing their job. The fireworks, they still getting paid to show up and show out. So the fireworks, they going off. They like, hey, we still got a job to do. We got to put on a show. So they are going off for the live stream audience. And I'm like, this man's house is on fire. This is what you didn't sign up for this. Oh, so the bad part though, this is where Kai earns the
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
come on, man.
Come on, man.
This is where he earns the come on, man. Because allegedly or supposedly, this man did all of this on a set that looks like his room. And I was pissed. I was pissed.
I know that's right.
I was pissed because I said, bruh, you faked an entire fire and your house is burned out. This was all on set. This was all prank and ruse. Like, and obviously that makes sense, right? Because why would he do that knowing so many other people live in the house, like insurance and all this other stuff? But god damn it, he got me. He got me. And it was, but what's crazy is this is my problem. This is why I'm saying come on, because bro, YouTube and YouTubers have gone too far. Like, there's a bigger problem here. And the bigger problem is for people's entertainment and to gain and garner views, subscribers, and all this other stuff, which I'm trying to do myself. We on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Listen, if you ain't subscribed, hit that like button, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, join the family, okay? Join the crew, join the squad. Come on over to the mature section and let them know that drinks are on me. So listen, come, go do that right now. Go do that right now. If you're listening, subscribe and follow on the Apple Podcast and leave us a review. 5 stars, thank you. If you on the YouTube watching, you already know what to do. People say it every video. Bing, bing, and bing. You know what it is. So listen, but for people's enjoyment and entertainment, YouTubers are doing things that you really should save for real life. You get what I'm saying? Like, these YouTube families are like, oh, our kid got kidnapped. Pray for us. And they do a whole video. They crying. We don't know where our baby is. She been gone for 48 hours. We ain't seen her. The door was left open. And this was it. And then you find out it was all a prank. You got people in the comments crying. We go pray for you. You got people wanting to join. We in the same city. You want to do a search group? All for y'all to say, oh, it was just a prank, yo. We was just kidding. Look, she was hiding in the closet the whole time. That ain't funny. that ain't entertainment. I'm not laughing. I'm not heared. I thought your kid was missing. Like, children really go missing. And y'all like, yo, this is, who sits down? Oh, this is going to be a great YouTube video right here. This was, listen, I know we did the water gun fight last video, but you know what we need to do this one? A kidnapping. Like, oh, excuse me. Listen, I am becoming a tad bit fed up with the YouTube tubers community, because the things we're trying to do to entertain people, I get it. Attention spans are short. People get bored. All type of stuff like that. I get it. But I cannot take real life things that I feel like should, I guess they should just be left for real life experience and try to take them in and turn them into entertainment. Now people can say, well, what about movies? Blah, blah, blah. But a movie is a movie. You know it's not real when you go in. Why? Because how did Denzel hold up a hospital with a gun for his son and then turn around and start coaching a football team and then turn around and become a security guard for a rich family and then turn around and become a cop in the streets of Compton and then turn around and you get that that's not real. These YouTubers start off a lot of their channels, especially the ones like around families or around couples or around whatever, like they take those and they start off real. They start off, this is our life. These are our kids. This is our house. This is just us going through our day. We going to Walmart. We going to this. They start off very real vlogging and real stuff. Oh, we gonna do a little game challenge, a dance challenge, a TikTok challenge. Then it starts turning into, well, we've done all this, so what else can we do now to entertain people? Oh, let's start, kids kidnapped. Fake baby abortions, all type of stuff. You just be like, what are we talking about? What are we doing? Oh, and so the issue is, yes, I think we as consumers, it's a little demanding, right? We get bored and we move on quick. Oh, I've seen this before. They done did this before. I done did blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, right, we are putting these YouTubers and these people who want to be creatives in positions where they feel the only way to get your attention is to do something that is of shock value or misery or something like that, where it's like you like, oh my God, I gotta see what happened. They kidnapped, or I gotta see what happened. They lost the baby, or I gotta see what happened. So and so got shot or I gotta see something. I literally saw a video, and I get it. This is the whole thing of YouTubers, right? You got to have a catchy title to draw people in. You got to have a catchy picture, thumbnail to draw them in. But it'd be like, bro, this is serious. Like, I saw a video just like, so my wife wanted a divorce. And then I'm like, oh, snap, because in real life, he did. Right? He had a woman that and got a divorce, and then he got another woman. Right? Okay, that's fine, cool. And he did YouTube videos on that first divorce. So I'm seeing the second video. I'm seeing this like almost 2 years or so later. Oh, my wife wants a divorce. Your second one want a divorce? Oh my God. What's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember how bad the first one went. Like, and then it turns out to be a wrestling gimmick angle. Boy, if you don't get charged,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Jerry.
That's how I felt like I was so mad. Because it was just like, that's serious. You really went through that before. You really made videos on that before. And here you are using the same idea again, only to use it as like some kind of wrestling fake angle. I think YouTubers are going too far. I think there's a thing about going too far, and I think YouTubers don't really think about it. I don't think YouTubers care. I think I try to want to keep a moral system with my content, right? I make movies. That's cool. Movies are going to be as crazy and wild as they want to be. But when it comes to the podcast, when it comes to other stuff, I try to keep it in a very much like real sense. You know what I'm saying? A real bubble. You know what I'm saying? I try not to get on here and be like, oh, you know, we talking about Sexy Red or something, but the thumbnail gonna be like, Sexy Red calls into the podcast. No, she didn't. No, she didn't do that. And I'm not gonna make you think that for a click or a like. I'm just gonna say, hey, we talking about Sexy Red at BET Awards. And if you want to watch that, you can watch that. If you don't, then that's fine as well. But the pressure YouTubers feel to lie, to create fake thumbnails, to do this, to do that, to get views so that they can get money or whatever, I just think it's a little morally stupid. And I think we got to do better as content creators. I think audiences should deserve better, and they should expect better than for us to just do that type of stuff. Also, at the end of the day, Cenant, why, my friend, would you even put to do a fake "my house caught on fire"? One, you have fans who will really go out their way to be like, "Oh my God, his house on fire." Start a GoFundMe. You have people who will really go out their way to say, "Oh my God, his house is on fire." Somebody call the EMS and the police. People have done that online. And be like, "Oh, Cenant house, he stayed." Because some people know where he stays. Some people then found him, right? So some people will be like, "Oh, he stayed such and such life." Come on, people have done these things. So you're putting an entire audience at risk or in fear of, "Oh my God, what happened? What about this person that stays there? What about that person? What about this person?" All for you to just come up like, "I was just sad. We was just kidding. It didn't happen. Oh, well, we all right. We did all that fake fighting for nothing." Like, what? Bro, that's serious. You know how many people have done that in real life? Set off fireworks in the house, set off fireworks in places where they shouldn't have, and somebody's trying to stop them. But that's real, bro. That has happened. People have been hurt, injured, killed, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. So, I don't know. I just thought BOOSIE wouldn't like it. I thought it fit in my BOOSIE Come On segment because I'm like, BOOSIE wouldn't like it. BOOSIE be like, "Come on, man." So, but listen, that is my topic for the Come On BOOSIE, man. And that is my last segment. Listen, you know what that means. It means it's time to take it on home. Which means you guys need to go ahead and like and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all those good streaming podcast services, and follow us. Actual follow us. Add us to your playlist. Follow us so that we know that you're following. Leave us a 5-star review. Leave us a comment on YouTube. Do something that lets us know that you engage. And so we want to engage back with y'all. We want to start asking you guys for topics. Hey, send us stuff that you see. Send us ideas, whatever. We want that, but we can't do it without engagement. So comment below. Let us know what's going on. I appreciate those who have commented, told us how much they love the show, love our chemistry. It means the world because I'm trying to build this from the ground up, and so for you guys to be with us doing this it's amazing. Also, shout out to my sponsors, Yaktown, Don't Back Down. You already know what it is. My boy Sean P, 18 East Lawrence, Pontiac, Michigan. Y'all go check him out. Hit him up. Shop online, YaktownDon'tBackDown.com. Use the promo code MATURE and get yourself some percentages off. Also, shout out to Overdope Productions. Y'all know what they about. Go check out their podcast. Go check out their music. Overdope Productions on YouTube as well. And then, guys, for as low as $3, I'm talking about as low as $3. That is literally a egg McMuffin with cheese. Sausage egg McMuffin with cheese. $3. For as low as $3. For as low as a sausage egg muffin with cheese, you can support this podcast. And the support is greatly needed and welcome. We appreciate anyone who takes the time to click on the link in the bio and show us some support by donating $3. You can donate $3, I think $5 and $10 or something like that. $3, $5, $8 and $10 or something like that. You can download. You can monthly support us and help us grow. Help us keep things going fluidly. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if that's a word. It is now. I know that's right. And you can help us to continue to grow. So go ahead, click the link in the bio where you can show us some support. And by doing so, by dropping a little $3 per month, $5 per month, $10 per month, you yourself get a shout out. So drop your name also in there. Drop a question, drop a topic, drop something down in there, and we'll shout you out or shout it out on the pod. Also, House of Tea, the movie, full movie, 2 hours, okay, is on this channel. Go check it out, man. Definitely me and all my team, we worked really hard to put that movie on. Check out my show, Die For This Seasons 1 and 2. Season 3 coming soon. Everybody been asking, people been, where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? I'm working on the movie right now. When I get done with the movie, season 3 is my top first priority. I know y'all want season 3. Thank you for loving Die For This so much that you guys want season 3. It means the world to me that people have fallen in love with not just this podcast, but with my films, with my shows, with my music. It means everything. I'm totally forever grateful that I create content that people enjoy, because that content only mattered to me first when I came up with it. And now it matters to other people, and that means a lot. So thank you guys for that. Also, CHISA Fears, we love you. Big sis, get well, take care of yourself, recover, bounce back, come back, talk all your shit, all right? And we will see you guys on another episode of the Not Very Mature Podcast, the world heavyweight champ of all podcasting, 2024. You know what it is. Your boy Mature the Servant. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I love y'all. Peace.